Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm Andrew. This is Nona. And this is our Insert Confetti anniversary celebration episode. You have fans. You have a lot of people telling you that I should tell you that you're beautiful, that you're gorgeous, that your presence on screen is very, how do they say it? Very inviting, which when your presence on screen is like animosity towards me the entire time.
Right. He's literally like holding a gun under the table at me. I'm being forced here.
No, YouTube. Don't demonetize this episode. It's the anniversary. Come on. Be cool about it. Good job. You've been here for a year. Glitter and confetti.
I have never been on YouTube in my entire life until we started a podcast. I don't do well under pressure and I black out. We had no investor backing us. Yeah. This was all out of our pocket. Yeah. My children are always going to be my priority.
Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm Andrew. This is Nona. And this is our Insert Confetti anniversary celebration episode. Boo, 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 boo.
He loves to turn it on when I have no idea.
Says. So we are here today. We are gathered here today to celebrate these two individuals and their successes with this podcast.
Do you see what I have to put up with?
Talk about things that are coming up. Talk about all the funness and all the goodies and all of the stuff. I have a list of things here.
That was so specific.
Our 5,000 subscriber giveaway is continuing this week until the 22nd. So make sure you check out the rules for that. Is in the posts tab on our channel on YouTube, which is where the giveaway is happening. Sorry for everyone on Apple and everywhere else. We're working on, you guys are coming next. You'll be next. We're going to do an Apple and Spotify giveaway next. Promise it's coming next week. We're actually going to talk about it a little bit in here. So I wanted to talk about, we talked about doing a recap of some of the episodes. We talked about, I was like, do you really want to go back and listen to 150 hours of content to try and come up with?
I said a recap of the best shorts.
Well, all the best shorts are basically Glover. So that's when there's already enough Glover shit. We don't need to.
We have some funny ones in there.
Performance-wise, not so much.
Oh, I meant funny.
Yeah. I have some funny ones. Most of them are you laughing. I'm saying.
Okay. Have you guys noticed that he has stopped introducing me as his co-host, that it's just him as the host? And
I never said host. I said I'm Andrew and this is Nona.
No, in most of the episodes you say, I'm Andrew, or I'm your host, Andrew, and this is Nona.
No.
Yes.
No. If you got the intro right, you don't even like doing it. So let me do it. Let me do it my way. Are you going to do the next one?
No, that's okay.
Bummer. They liked it when you did it 2-3 weeks ago. You had several comments. People liked when you did it. They were like, it's really funny. It's cute. Some of them were like, oh my God, I'm so happy that Nona tried it. Nona's great. Let Nona do it again. You have fans. You have a lot of people telling you that I should tell you that you're beautiful, that you're gorgeous, that your presence on screen is very, how do they say it? Very inviting, which when your presence on screen is like animosity towards me the entire time.
Right. He's literally like holding a gun under the table at me. I'm being forced here.
This mic goes demonetized, actually. So I did want to talk about a little bit of demonetization as well. So
basically all of our episodes?
No, actually. How many do you think are demonetized? So we actually have more than 150 technically, because we had the pilot episode was episode 0. And then we had a bonus episode that aired without an episode number.
And the live ones you've done.
The live ones don't count.
3 live.
They don't go anywhere else. They don't get episode numbers.
Okay. Right.
We actually did 4.
Right. You said that we've had more than 150. So I was like adding that to the bit.
No, I don't count those at all. Those.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
They're not episodes because they only exist on YouTube.
Okay.
Which that's another topic that we're going to talk about today as well. Some lives and things like that. We're potentially going to do some stuff this week.
So how many have been demonetized out of the
Take a guess.
150?
Because I know which episode numbers they are. I can't say some of the names, but I'll tell you the numbers so they can look them up.
7.
Close. 6. Belly button episode number 11 was demonetized.
Why?
I didn't actually look.
I want the details.
It doesn't.
You know, I always ask why.
It's vague. It doesn't actually tell you. If it would give me a timestamp and I would know exactly why.
So talking about my belly button got demonetized.
Episode 49 is demonetized.
Which is what episode?
I can't say it. I just said that because it'll get us demonetized. They can go back and look, but I cannot say it because saying it will potentially get us demonetized.
Will saying demonetized get us demonetized?
No, YouTube. Don't demonetize this episode. It's the anniversary. Come on. Be cool about it. Episode 69.
Because it was 69?
It was Tansy Part 2 where he tells the story.
Oh.
That's my guess.
Gotcha.
But in the episode title, it's Eric Tansy, something, episode 69, then parentheses, nice.
Gotcha.
Episode 72, episode 74, and episode 129. Episode 129 was the one with, what's her face over here talking about her book.
Oh, and that got demonetized?
Yeah. Yep. Shocking content is what that said.
Because she had to shit in a bucket?
No.
Like, what was so shocking?
Just like she talked about on the podcast, I can't say it on here.
I'm
not going to tell you.
It really wasn't that shocking.
Go back and even though we're not going to make any money off of it, if you want to consume our content and us not get anything out of it, go watch episode 11, 49, 69, 72, 74, and 129.
But I was really close on my guess.
Or consume them on other platforms other than YouTube, where we also don't get any money from.
Right.
So, yeah. What day, Nona, and for the audience out there, pause the video right now. Type in the comments. What day did we release our first ever episode? Our first real episode, not the promo.
It was after Chloe's birthday last year.
Did you put in your guess? You logged it? I've given you enough time if you haven't paused this yet.
So the 18th maybe?
Nope.
What? When?
The 19th.
I was close. I was one off again.
So the promo went up on March 15th.
Okay.
And then we released not 1, not 2, but 3 episodes on the 19th.
Oh. Okay.
Then we also released episodes on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. We released 6 episodes and bam, 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 bam.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep. I completely forgot about that too. I went back to look back to find out to figure out what day, because we've gotten the notifications about the 1 year anniversary, the 1 year on Reddit, the 1 year on X, the 1 year on YouTube. We've probably gotten it everywhere else as well, but those are the ones that have like emailed or like made a notification when you open the app. And it's like, congratulations, good job. You've been here for a year. Glitter and confetti. Woo. Woo. Yeah. I actually shared the one on X and people were actually responding to it. Nobody ever responds to those. I don't feel like, but yeah, because it's like, do you remember when you joined or something along those lines? And somebody commented, they were like, yeah, I decided to delete all of the social media and I didn't know who to follow here. And now here I am. It's like, it's kind of vague because I don't know who you are. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you to your one follower.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And to anybody that watches or listens to or consumes the show on X, I'm sorry that some of the previous uploads haven't worked for whatever reason. I didn't notice this at first, but
he does all of our social media, all of our editing, all of our posting, all of the replying to the comments, everything. So you were talking to this man right here, the professional troll.
So the scheduled posts for several episodes recently that went up on X, there were 2, 3, or 4 of them that just disappeared.
Not even like a black screen or just the words to go with it. It just straight up didn't exist.
They did not publish at all. Oh. Yeah. And sometimes X can be finicky. Sometimes your new content, if it contains a picture or video, won't even be on your actual feed.
Okay.
Like if you visit your own profile.
I don't know anything about
It's
X,
just
Twitter,
a bug
whatever.
periodically that I've noticed where if I post a picture, I'll be like, where'd it go? I know I posted that and it's not there. And then I go to the media tab and then it is there. And then I'll go back to my post tab and it's there. It's just Chronical, if you guys follow him on X, he said there's a really bad memory leak in the X app on iOS. And I believe that the same memory leak might exist on the Android app. So, because the only way that I can get some features of X to work after it like bugs out periodically is to reboot my phone. That would imply it's same. I asked him what the symptoms are. He didn't respond to me, but we were having a conversation about something else at the same time. And he has tens of thousands of followers. So we probably just right away. So, and if you guys don't know who he is, that's good. You don't want to know who he is unless you're on his good side.
That's very ominous of you.
He's a hacker and penetration tester that if you're a bad person, he helps the good people find you.
Gotcha.
And it does not take him very long.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's the next one that you wanted to?
So I wanted to apologize for that. So if the episodes aren't appearing, it's not because I didn't upload them. I did upload them. The same time that I upload them for YouTube and Rumble and everywhere else, it gets uploaded there as well. X doesn't let you upload 4K, so it actually has to, re-encode it, decode, recode, re-encode, encode, transcode.
You're saying a lot of
Transcode.
random words.
The word matters. So it has to be reduced down to 1080p. I only export in 4K. So what I do now is I actually encode it and have it reduced down to upload. So the file size, it's faster if I do it that way as well. Plus Substack has been weird about the episodes. It's like the file format may be corrupt and there's literally nothing wrong with it. It plays perfectly fine. So
Gotcha.
I don't know what's going on with X. The most recent episode that I uploaded this past Thursday went up with the text and no video. The text still existed and it published on time and the video was just gone. So I had to quote tweet and publish the video. If I do the video on demand, like if I publish it right now, it appears. But if I schedule the post either doesn't show up or the video doesn't show up.
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to go to a different platform, which, yeah, wish you would come to a different platform because if you're consuming on X, you're not going to get the best quality anyways. Plus, I don't know if you can do background play unless you pay for X Premium. Everybody does that nowadays. You know, how you guys couldn't play YouTube in the background forever. For years, that was the thing. You could not play a YouTube video with your screen off.
I have never been on YouTube in my entire life until we started a podcast.
But people with iPhones back in the day,
Okay.
what they used to do, because they didn't want to pay for whatever, and it was before YouTube Music was really a thing, is they would put on music videos on YouTube on their phone or create a playlist of music videos that they wanted, but they couldn't turn off their phone screen. So they had to make sure their phone screen stayed on. So they were having to download these additional apps to keep the iPhone screen on so it didn't go to sleep, because as soon as it goes to sleep, the video would pause.
Sounds like it would drain the battery really fast.
Yeah. But they didn't care. They wanted to listen to their music.
Okay.
They can leave it plugged in.
Yeah. So what were you going to get to next?
So I talked about the demonetized episodes, which fortunately was only 6. Promo episode went up March 15th, or the promo episode. It's you reading off that script.
What?
You don't remember doing that?
I thought that episode 0 was the one that we were just testing out.
Episode 0 was the pilot. There's a video that went up before the pilot, the promo.
No, I don't remember that. I apparently blacked out.
I'm going to roll it right here for the audience.
Marriage is messy, but debates are fun. Join Andrew and Nona on He's Wrong, She's Right as they tackle hot topics, opposing viewpoints, all with a healthy dose of laughter. Who's right? You decide.
It's 30 seconds or something like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You were reading off the script. It's for the hottest takes and arguments, your favorite married couple.
I have no memory of this.
Really?
I don't do well under pressure and I black out. So yeah,
I'm
I
gonna play it
have
for you after this
absolutely
episode.
no memory of this.
I'll play it for you after this episode because it's.
Now I'm terrified. That's what plays when.
No, it doesn't play when anything. It's just that was when we launched our channel.
Yeah.
That clip was uploaded as the teaser, like we are launching a podcast.
I have no memory of this. Now I'm really scared.
I'll pull it up on my laptop real quick.
No, yeah, I can't do speeches. I can't operate under pressure in any regard. I completely black out and have no memory.
So we have, at this point in time, we've uploaded 326 videos. We have 4,900 subscribers, almost 500,000 views on YouTube alone. All right, let's see here. Videos. I gotta scroll back a couple pages because it's like, oh no, this is infinite scroll. Hold on. Give me one moment, please. Man, the episode with Chris and Sarah is still getting traction.
Good.
I don't know why. I don't know why. And I told you what he said in the text, right?
No, you didn't tell me anything.
I said it when I was interviewing Grimsey. I texted Chris and I was like, dude, I don't know why. Like, do you have something going on? He's like, maybe I'm on the list. I told him that and he's like, he probably should say that.
No, don't even joke about that.
Oops, I did not mean to add it to Q. No, I'm not talking about the Q nonsense. I'm talking about QUEU.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
QUEUE. The letter Q is like, what are conspiracy theorist type people? So,
what about it?
Marriage is messy. Debates are fun. I won't even turn on the audio. It's just join Andrew and Nona on He's Wrong, She's Right as they tackle hot topics, opposing viewpoints, all with a healthy dose of laughter. Who's right? You decide.
I have no memory of this.
Really?
And that's my voice?
Yeah, it's your voice. You sat at my desk and recorded it.
I have no memory
You
of
did
this.
like 3 takes of it.
No memory of this.
Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad. Because you're the one that has the memory.
Yeah, except for when I'm put on the spot and then I just completely black out.
And we've moved the set 3 times. I shouldn't have said that. I should have made that a question for people to... How many times have we moved the set? Actually, no, I'm wrong. How many times not away from the house? So we won't include any
On location
stuff. How many times have we moved the set just here in this house? Pop quiz.
Okay.
If you can answer that below, I'll give you a special prize. The first person that comments it, I'll give you a special prize. Okay?
Okay.
So.
I think only our OG viewers will be able to answer that because any of our new viewers aren't going back to the original.
Cover your mouth and show me how many you think it is. And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Cover your mouth.
Well, I'm thinking.
And I'm not talking about like things on the set. I'm talking about actual location changes. Nope.
What is it?
So if you're not watching, we were whispering at each other. The audio didn't cut out.
I don't know where that last one.
I'll tell you after. I'm not gonna tell you because they're gonna either see our mouths move or they're gonna see me pointing around.
Okay.
So yeah, there's been a couple. There's been a couple moves. Obviously, it's not 3 because I already told you it's not 3. So,
but we're back to the original table.
Yeah, because it works for now.
Mm-hmm.
It works in this location.
Can you guys guess how many tables we've used?
Again, at the house, not somewhere else.
Again, talking about just here in this house.
Yep.
How many tables have we used for our podcast in this last year?
Yep.
And we're back to the OG table.
Yep. The one that started it all.
The one that started it all abused, scratched up, well loved.
Not by us though.
Yeah. It was already like that when
Trash
we got
find.
it.
All right. So Nona, and we've thought about this. It's been kicked around, the logistics of it. just haven't really made sense. We've made some changes that should improve it, to include the fact that I just in the mail today got the new patch cable that I ordered that's 50 feet long, so it'll reach all the way to where the networking equipment is, so that transfer stuff and latency and everything will be much more consistent and smooth. Yes. So when we're streaming, we shouldn't get as many drop frames, because realistically, the mini PC, when it works,
that's where the last, okay. Never mind. I know where the last one is.
The mini PC, when it works, it doesn't use, we're using 7.5% of the CPU and NPU right now. So we could have, this video could be even better, like better quality, that is. We could have a higher bit rate right now. The problem has been dropped frames because the actual onboard Wi-Fi is not great. And we've got stairs and walls and stuff in between us. So even though we have really good networking equipment.
Because we're in an actual house, not a podcast studio. That's why.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, something like that. So the hardware that's in there, that's laptop hardware, just put into a mini PC. Okay. That's how, I would say 90% of them. There are a couple companies that'll put like low end desktop hardware in there because they're hard to cool, right?
Okay.
So they have to put the low end stuff, but it's still better than the high end laptop stuff.
Okay.
So running the cable out here that enables us to do some stuff. She actually didn't even know that I had this coming today. So she pitched the idea of us jumping on Twitch with the live stream. So this would be recorded while we're streaming onto Twitch. One of the logistical problems, which is drop frames and bitrate and everything, has been solved by hardwiring. The other handful of problems is the mini PC going to break down again? So if you guys watched last week,
and that's the second time it's broken down already.
Yeah.
And we've had it for less than a year.
There was something wrong with the BitLocker encryption a couple weeks ago, and I had to fully wipe the entire thing and reinstall. Fortunately, there was nothing on there that I needed. I mean, we lost an episode because of it. But it was
one that you were trashing anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't transfer it. So normally what happens, guys, we record on this device, and then it transfers to the NAS. Then I encode it and edit it on my PC off the NAS. Then save it in the cloud, syncing
a lot of steps
with the NAS. Yeah, so there's a lot of redundancies.
Which is why it's his podcast, and I'm just here next to him.
But step number 1 after recording is transferring to the NAS, which we take breaks. Usually the Monday's episode, we just transferred and it took like 30 seconds. Normally it takes 3, maybe 4 minutes. So we'll get up, go bathroom, refill our water, whatever. Now it's like 30 seconds. So that eases things. We also have the ability to directly record to the NAS, which we have done in the past, but those had dropped frames because the processor in there trying to encode and transfer all at the same time, it gets all jumbled and blah, blah, blah. So working with what we got.
Blah, blah, blah.
There are some limitations, things that I'm overcoming. Even though we have all this expensive hardware, there are still problems that come up.
So Andrew.
So Nona.
Why don't you tell them how much money you have spent on the equipment? Because that is a huge number.
So that really depends on if we're talking dedicated hardware versus hardware that we bought to improve things, even though it's not explicitly only used for the podcast.
It's overall, and yes, it basically.
If you include
give the big number.
If you include things, even existing things like my laptop that's only used for the podcast now, equipment that's dedicated to the podcast only is about $6,000 or $7,000. That's lighting, even lights that we don't use anymore. New lighting, the deck, the microphones. We have 4 of these microphones. We have 4 arms. We have these 2 stands. We have the mini PC. We have the monitor, which was existing, but I bought new monitors for my PC when I built a new PC. This cart. So if you guys remember back in the day when your teacher would have to roll the TV on the cart into your classroom. So we got kind of...
It's a pretty nifty setup.
Yeah.
I like that it's all contained.
Yeah. So it's nice because there's a battery backup on here. So if we lose power, we can still record. It doesn't impact, the lights would go down. But the PC and stuff would stay up. The networking stuff would stay up because it's also on a battery backup. So is my PC. I have one on every computer in the house. So yeah, we would only lose lighting. We would lose air conditioning and stuff as well, but we wouldn't actually lose the show. It wouldn't just wipe it out and have to start over again.
Right.
And we would be able to explain, oh, we lost power. Let's go ahead and shut down real quick. So dedicated podcast only equipment that gets used for literally nothing else, with I guess exception of you use lights to take pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
$6,000-$7,000. We do have a breakout because we needed it for our taxes. If you include my new editing PC, that was $4,400 plus the monitors and a couple other peripheral upgrades because I gave Cooper my old stuff, which meant I had to buy a new mouse, new keyboard, things like that. So you're looking, we're probably just hardware. We're not talking about any other expenses. We're talking like in the realm of $12,000 to $13,000.
It was closer to 15.
But that also includes other expenses.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably even more than that because I can just Facebook alone was probably close to 4.
No, yeah, I was saying the hardware is actually closer to 15.
Yeah, and there's miscellaneous cables that we've had to buy for different things. So we have the headphones that we use when we have guests. We have 2 of those. These cables don't come with the microphones. These microphones specifically are USB or XLR. So if we power them and record over USB, like on a laptop or whatever, I use them for meetings on my computer sometime, can use USB-C, and then the microphone actually comes out of the back of here. Or I mean, the headphones come out of the back of here. When we're recording, the deck controls all of that, powers the microphone. So we have options for how to utilize this equipment. And these microphones are twice as expensive as their non-USB counterparts because of it. So there are XLR-only versions of these. We have the double the amount price simply for adding a USB port. But when we bought them, it was a growth thing. We didn't have the deck at that time. So we were using USB. And then I knew that we were going to get into XLR. There was no reason to have USB only and XLR only when we could have the more expensive versions that do both.
Gotcha.
Right. People ask me all the time, like how we make the decisions for this. The decisions that we make obviously aren't going to apply to everybody. The way that we came to these conclusions.
We had no investor backing us.
Yeah.
This was all out of our pockets.
Yeah. Oh, we have those other microphones that we don't use anymore, the trash ones from initial. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, it was closer to 15 startup.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
Lot.
Starting a podcast. So actually,
this was the only freebie in the whole setup, this table.
Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name? On Chris, is that his name? No. I can't think of his name. Anyways,
I don't know who you're talking about.
He was talking about how he had enough like available credit to start a podcast. It's like, man, it's like starting the podcast isn't really what's expensive because you can get in pretty low.
Right.
What's expensive is growing it.
Running ads.
Yeah. Getting guests, doing advertising, software licensing, editing software if you're not going to use something that's free because you need features.
Paying somebody to do all of that for you if you don't know how to do it.
Some guests, we haven't had this, but some guests want some sort of payment. They either want you to pay them for their time or they want, like if they're going to come to you, obviously we haven't had anybody out of town come to us, but there are people that want you to pay for, flights and hotel rooms.
So far, we've been very lucky with our guests. They have been very gracious with their time.
And we were working on a gift. I'm still working on a gift. I had ordered tumblers to have engraved by my FFL client, and they just never came from China. So took, I don't know, what was it, like a month, and they never showed up, or more than that?
It was more than a month.
Yeah. They kept getting delayed, never showed up, and so I finally canceled the order. But it was like it was 50 of them, I believe.
Yeah, and we were going to get them all engraved.
Yeah. They were all different colors, and some of them were one color. Some of them were like not two-tone. It's a
so we have to figure out a new gift.
Yeah. So if you guys have any ideas on that, let us know. So the problem is finding a gift that fits every guest versus finding a gift per guest. Because then you're like, oh, I can get this guest something cool, and it's like cheap. And then you get the next guest, and you're like, there's nothing that I can find for them under $100 or whatever. So finding something that we can give everybody that's useful. Obviously, everybody does the Tumblr thing, but ours was going to be funny.
It was going to be special.
Special ed, that is.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone, for helping us grow the channel as well. Helping, one of the questions that I have on here is, what guests, what kind of shows, what other co-hosts or hosts should we bring in? We've kicked around the idea of a couple other people hosting once a week in place of us. They're kind of busy, so I don't know how that'll work out yet. We are talking about doing another show with myself and another co-host, but not replacing our show. It'd be a fully separate show.
I think that they could take the Monday slot and I could drop down to just Tuesdays and Thursdays. I work full time, guys. This is something that I do in my quote unquote free time. And I say that very heavily because
so
I don't have a lot of free time.
We're concluding that 5,000 subscriber giveaway this week. We're talking about new shows. Who do you guys want to see as guests? What topics and investigations? We have the Glover thing still going on this week and next week. There are two court dates.
The 24th, right?
17th and 24th? Mm-hmm. Wait, not 17th. 17th is tomorrow. 20th and 24th.
Okay.
Then we're looking into Sean Ryan, which I hinted at in yesterday's episode. He had an arrest in Florida in 2012 during his time working for CIA GRS. Which, if you're not familiar with what the GRS is, the GRS are like private security details for CIA operatives. So it's
all been scrubbed from the internet.
Yeah. With the exception of the screenshot. And here's the crazy thing. That website doesn't exist anymore. It's hijacked.
So that is crazy. How did anybody get the screenshot?
Wayback Machine and stuff like that. And people that had it previously. So there's two groups of people that have passed it around that I've seen. Some of them are...
And we're 1,000% sure that it's not fake.
Yes. Some of it has been from other members of the military and intelligence community.
Okay.
And then some of it has been from conspiracy theorists.
Oh. Okay.
But none of them have channels and communities. That's kind of the common thing between them, is that they're like, they share it around. They're like, hey, have you guys seen this? Or have you talked about this? Nobody's talking about this. But so the arrest records, everything exists. We're getting stuff pulled from Florida. I've reached out to a couple of people that have the pull to be able to do that on our behalf. So yeah, thank you to everybody that's looking into that. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got some people that were actually kind of close to it as well, both while he was in the CIA, but also police force in that area. So we'll see what comes of that. If nothing comes of it, there won't be an episode about it. It might be a quip. Who knows? Just depends on what comes from it.
And if we disappear, you know why.
Yeah. Let us know what other topics, like I said, guest topics, other people that you'd like to see hosting. We do have some ideas for some people. It's just getting things to align. And it's difficult when all the equipment is here and they are not here, meaning they have to invest into equipment as well, figuring out who's responsible for that, ownership, all those things, contracting. We'll figure it out eventually. We're 1 year into this. We're doing a lot right now. And then we're going to be potentially we were talking about the logistics of all the data and everything like that. We're talking about doing some more live shows, more frequency. We have to do.
We are?
Well, we're going to live stream while we're recording on Twitch, as you asked for.
I literally just proposed that idea and you did not seem interested in it.
It's because it's going to look like this. How you're seeing it on the screen right now, there's not any overlays.
That's fine.
It's not, though. It's not. There's some reasons why. But because I don't want to bake stuff in, because then that removes my ability to edit things correctly. Mm-hmm. It's what they say, 6.5 or 6 one way, half dozen the other.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Should we try Twitch out?
So, and I mean, we'll still potentially do live streams on YouTube periodically. It'll depend. It's difficult to do because our audience obviously is working during the business day, and we record during the business day. So people aren't watching and consuming our content while they're working. They watch it either before, after, during the commute or whatever. So live stream in those instances doesn't work on YouTube, that is. And also, if we live stream on YouTube, it's not going to be repackaged as an episode because it's already on YouTube. I'm not going to edit it again.
Right.
So, but we might throw in something once in a while. I know a lot of people like to do that like on a Friday or whatever, Friday evening, but we don't have the ability to do that all the time. I'm just saying I'm acknowledging that people do want that. It's just for us, it's not feasible right now.
My children are always going to be my priority.
So watch out for announcements of potential new shows. Watch out for some other giveaways and stuff. Our next giveaway, as we wrap this up, our next giveaway is going to be Apple and Spotify.
Okay.
The way that you will enter, we still want you to be a subscriber on YouTube. That'll be one of the 3 things. You have 2 things that you have to check off. Be a subscriber on YouTube and either leave a comment on Spotify or leave a review on Apple. You can do both. Those are 2 separate entries.
Automatically disqualified if it's a 1-star review.
Yeah, it does. It will have to be a 4 or 5-star review. This is not the official announcement. I'm telling you guys what we're kicking around. We're also debating on how to fund those future giveaways.
Okay.
And the idea that I've had, which I think is probably the best, it's fairest for our viewers, and makes most sense, is if we give you guys the ad revenue. At least part of some piece of the ad revenue from YouTube. So consume the episodes on YouTube, leave a review on Apple, leave a comment on Spotify. Those will be the methods of entry. So if we have a month where we have, I don't know, $5,000 or whatever in ad revenue, we'll split that up into however many people we're going to give away to. If we have $100, obviously it's not as useful. So you want to make sure to consume on YouTube, share for people on YouTube, because that's the pot of money that's going to pay out for you leaving reviews and comments on those other platforms. Boom. And it's our way of giving back to you guys, for your efforts, for helping us grow the show. The more money we make, the more your giveaway is. It's not just us coming up with an arbitrary number. It's, hey, you guys helped us raise X amount of money, and we'll be transparent about it. We'll post it, each month. You're going to get a cut of this. This is how much you're going to get. If we get 13 cents for the month, I'm sorry, you're going to get 6.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So the more views, the more ad revenue, and I guess also premium revenue because you guys don't have ads. But the more revenue we get on YouTube, the higher the pot will be each month. We'll publish that. We'll figure out dates, because there's obviously going to have to be a cutoff for here's the number, because we won't know in that period. Because
it's always like 2 days behind or something.
Yeah. So we'll have to announce like, hey, here's the cutoff. Here's the pot for this month. Here's when we'll announce the winners. Does that make sense? It'll all be in the rules. Just like the rules are published for the YouTube giveaway. We'll have a new link stuff for the new giveaway. Obviously, it's got to be all legal.
I have a feeling that you are going to get very frustrated with that very quickly.
No.
But okay.
No, we'll make it happen. So, once again, thank you for helping us get over 150 episodes in 1 year of the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast.
And if you guys remember that recording of me speaking, please enlighten, because I still have no memory of that.
Like 237 people watch this, so nobody. Our audience retention, actually, so we have good audience retention. They just aren't subscribing. So those of you,
it's the silent creepers.
We have more returning viewers than we do subscribers.
Right. I mean, we already know that.
That's every channel's the same way though. It's like 90.
Our exes. It's like 90, lingering.
Yeah. It's like
viewing.
90% or something like that of viewers are new. and aren't subscribed. But of returning viewers, that number is higher than our subscriber count. It's more than double our subscriber count.
Gotcha.
So there are people coming back and consuming multiple videos, but not subscribing. So
hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, blah, blah, blah. Find us on social media. All the links are down below. Bye.